Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Sleepygons, and today feels like a Tuesday, but it isn't. Anyway, I'm back with some more Touch Detective, and as you can see by the blatant lack of opening cutscene, we're not moving on with the game, we're just doing some more bonus episode stuff. I did mention that I would do this, and weirdly enough, with the exception of the first one that we're going for, all of the bonus side quest things in this episode that are, first of all, the ones that I'm doing are the ones that are unlocked by beating Case 3, and there's also one from Case 2, but I'll point that out when we get to it. But this one that we're doing now is the only bonus thing that's unlocked by beating either Cases 2 or 3 that doesn't take place in a shopping plaza, which is a bit weird. And I could swear one of those signs is on the touch list, but I can just not get it to trigger. Anyway, let's do some follow-up work on the previous case and determine why the sea-bottom dwellers are called sea-bottom dwellers when they live in the mountains in this obviously legitimate pyramid. So, we got 99 secrets, and these are indeed at least one of them. Yes, please inform our asses of this mystery about which we are wondering. Yeah, so what... Oh. Well, you just said you were going to tell us and then you didn't. Now, I didn't realise straight away that this, every time you speak to him, you'll have this same conversation over and over again. To trigger the next bit, you actually need to try to go into the pyramid, even though we know it's fake. And that, for some reason, brings out a Yuki person. I'm sorry, a sea-bottom dweller. And apparently they don't speak the English. So they're Welsh, then. Haha. But sea-bottomese. Easy to misread as Samarinese, which is a weird demonym if you think about it. And he's doing that thing where if you speak slowly and stupidly, then everyone will understand what you're saying, even if they're foreign. But, weirdly enough, we can understand exactly what it's saying, even though we shouldn't be able to, which is peculiar. So apparently, they go full Chuck Norris and swim through rock, which is fascinating, I suppose. Well, might as well interview it since we have the opportunity to. So, what fossils? That, I would say that hardly seems sustainable, but technically we as a species also consume fossils, just in the form of fuel rather than food. But then again, food is fuel. This is so meta! Anyway, what do you do with your lives? Oh, well that was a massive anticlimax. But these weird creatures, I suppose, they're not so different from humans after all, because they survive by consuming fossils and they swim for recreation. And we can understand them, that's also a big thing that's happening here. Even though they don't seem to understand that we can understand them. Then again, how do we know that what we're reading here is what she's hearing and not just her interpreting it in the way that it's saying? And it's a weird kind of vicious cycle of we understand, but we understand rather than understand, you know? Anyway, touch list. I inadvertently got a fair few things for the touch list in this episode, and I could swear that wall is one of them, but I cannot for the life of me get it to trigger. I think the bricky part of the pyramid is as well, and come to think of it, that pyramid looks an awful lot like Bill Cipher. But anyway, that's the first, last, and only extra side quest thingy thing that comes as a result of any of the first 3 chapters of the game. I forget how I started the sentence now. Don't you hate it when it happens when you're speaking and you try to say a long sentence and you forget how you started the sentence, so by the time you get to the end of the sentence you don't know how to end it because you've forgotten how to grammar because you forgot how you started in the first place. Anyway, this next side quest is the only one that comes as a result of completing case number 2, which was the train one if you don't recall, because I don't know what your memory is like as a people. And he's trying to summon Saturday, the sequel to Friday the Freeloader, but he must have been such a freeloader that he just abandoned him. It's nearly time for training. Well, literally, that's not how I meant that to come out, but whatever. He's trying to steal Fungi, but no. Just no, his name is not Sunday. He did not write a song called Feathers that came in the bottom 4 of the top 6 of the Icelandic national final of Eurovision this year, but apparently he was bribed by a chocolate sundae. Mackenzie's face through all that as well. Just wind the video back and just watch her face in the top screen there. And, well, we're back on the train, although just for this section, so I do hope I didn't miss any touch list items on the train, but if I did I can just go back for them later down the line. Anyway, we might as well explore this part of the train a little bit, you know, since this is the only other time we'll be here unless we replay the second case, and that's probably not going to happen in this LP unless I do it as part of a touch list montage of ones that I didn't get during the main game, and if that's the case, then it will be an edited down highlights reel. Anyway, we have a ticket, and it isn't just a recycled asset, or, well, actually it might be, but it's not the one that we had in case 2. It's the one that the Cornstalker had. Either that, or it's a completely unique asset, but that's the thing with bonus episode cases. Off the top of my head, I don't think they have any completely unique assets in them, like any unique looking items. They're all recycled, although there is a semi-exception to this in this very episode, but they are still technically recycled items, but not. They are, but they're not, but they are. You'll see what I mean when we get to them. Anyway, apparently Fungi has a ticket despite being a freeloader. Okay then, Mouseface. You don't have your ticket, do you? Oh, Fungi. That's our mushroom. Anyway, good sir, you are boned. Go and eat him with your stapler. Umph, indeed. So that was a thing that happened. Anyway, we get spat back out here on the map screen, so we'll just return to the shopping plaza where all the other things in this episode are happening. Anyway, a shopping contest. Seems legit, seems liturgish. So the objective here is to visit all of the shops in the plaza, and each one will give us a multiple choice thing. There are 4 possible options, and there's only one right answer, but there's no way of knowing what the right answer is. There aren't any clues, they're all completely arbitrary, but it's the same answer every time. So if you just input the same answers that I do, then you'll solve it straight away. So we have these 4 things to choose from, but the correct answer here is the Sapphire Eye. And it's essentially that for all 4 of the shops. There's no obvious logic to it, it's just a case of choosing items, I suppose. Although, they're supposed to be imaginary, and that may be why they don't appear in the inventory, because they're, like I said, recycled assets only. But in this instance, Mackenzie actually gets to try a sample of cartilage flan. Delightful. Yeah. Let's hear what Mackenzie has to say about it, though. Since we established in the last game that Antoinette is a terrible cook despite being the town baker, and yes, that flavour is dangerous, in the words of... Who was that? Was that David Guetta? I don't remember. Anyway, you with the face, let me caress your ball, and now speak words unto me. If I can hit you in the face with my clicky thing. Stylus, that's the word. Anyway, speak unto my arse about health. Say words and be useful. Yeah, but that's what... But whatever. Anyway. I know, let's stick our hand onto an active iron. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk to Kylie Jenner here, because I am so totally hip with the kids, yo, and everything here is noodles. Reminds me of the last stage of Parappa the Rapper 2. Anyway. Now... we'll look good in that, like... Is she talking about an actual item here? Or... like, is she saying we'd look good in no hat? Or what? Anyway, look... The point is, we got 4 right answers, we get 4 points. If you don't choose the ones that I chose, then you won't get points, and therefore you won't win. And we get a prize, which is... imaginary. Who totally didn't see that coming? Anyway, where do we go from here? I do speak to this female person, and this looks like it should be, an actual bonus case, but it's not. I think it's just random dialogue, unless it's either random chance or something that happens later, but for the moment this doesn't count as anything. Anyway, the next thing we shall do is the other thing I was alluding to earlier with recycled assets that kind of are, kind of aren't, and it's one massive throwback puzzle. So, Mr. No Corn has a Joel Rye box because Americans can't spell. Take a drink. So let's see if we can open this box, because we totally haven't done anything like that before. Now, if you watch my first Let's Play, you'll see immediately what I mean. It's a recycled asset, it's just recycled from the previous game. So... well, we need to open this box, because that's the box that it came in. I'm not sure how you're supposed to work this one out, but it helps. Because the only way to solve the puzzle is to delve through this box. And that's kind of all I have to say on the matter. Did I mention that I'm tired? I got up early today because I was doing some university coursework stuff with some people with whom I have to work. Anyway, portable snow machine. And a red dragon teapot, which is actually a kettle. And also a jewel. We've never seen these things before, surely. And Mackenzie lampshading all of this on the top screen, meanwhile. So, open the box, and it's, well, that's certainly not a dick. It's a key! But we don't have a tutorial to complete or a door to open. Anyway, this is what you were looking for. So, what do you have to say on the matter? Can you identify this key? Because you're an antiques expert, apparently. Even he doesn't know, apparently, but... Oh. Mr. Flirtatious Booty! Because... For the uninformed, that key is the key to Mackenzie's bedroom door, because that was a tutorial puzzle in the first game, and the joke here is... Well... Just go and watch the tutorial of the first game and then come back, then you'll appreciate everything that happened there. And one last thing in this episode is to solve this guy's missing item trouble. Now, you can... Like, he offers you 3 questions to ask him here, but I don't know if you can go back and ask him all 3, because I only asked one of them because I thought you could only ask one of them. So, what is a hepashuki? Because I've looked it up, and it means Hepa memoirs. Like, it doesn't translate. Like, that's Google Translations... That's like Google Translation-ese is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, the solution to this puzzle is just a case of going to talk to Kylie Jenner here, and... As long as, we'll just tell her, we're looking for something about the size of a hepashuki. And she'll know what we mean because she's an artsy-fartsy wanker type. So, give us the thing. And once again, it's a recycled asset. I don't think that appears in this game, though. Once again, I think it's a recycled asset from the first game, but if it is, it's not lampshaded anywhere near as heavily because it's a paper bag. Anyway, I'll use that right on your face there. And I think that's everything for this episode, so... I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons, ending it quite abruptly because that's how these bonus episodes go. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, and see you then.